It's close enough, it's 7 o'clock, shall we, I think all the players, and we actually have an actual audience here, that's good. This is the July 22nd, 2019, Jamaica Selectboard gathering. The first order of business is to call for additions to the agenda, and I believe Tom
I
has
have one addition to talk. The sheriff has approached us asking some questions, which I need to address with the board.
Okay. Any other additions to the agenda? Hearing none, moving on. Approving the minutes of the July 8th Select Board meeting. These were sent out electronically and posted in the usual places. I have one thought. Anybody else have any
Yes, I do.
additions, deletions? Go ahead.
What mine is how it's done. What I ran into, which is on page, let's see, where we talked about the cost, where there's an abbreviation, wherever that is.
And this,
VHB, it was number 14.
Number 14. Item 14.
In the past, what we have asked for is that the word, the VHB, would be written out and then put in parentheses whatever VHB means, and that's why I'm asking, I don't know what VHB means.
As it turns out, I asked that very question of VHB, and
Okay,
it's the initials of one of the founders way back when, because they
Okay.
only use VHB.
okay, but at any rate, any kind of abbreviation in the minutes should be first written out and then put the initials afterwards, and you can do that afterwards, so that we don't have to guess.
Sure.
Okay, that's the only thing I have, it's just a
Well, I did ask them about
procedural
that,
question.
and nothing in their literature had a name. I called them and asked them
Okay.
specifically, and apparently it was somebody's initials when they got started.
Okay,
Name, that's all.
okay.
So, it doesn't mean anything
So their
dramatic.
name is VHB.
Well, his name's something V, something H, something B.
The company's name is VHB.
Yeah, the company's name is VHB, that is their name.
Victor Howard Brooks.
Close enough, put that in the record.
Am I,
No.
we changing this?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name, but she told me it was the name of one of the founders she's calling.
We did decide to do that though. long
Yes,
time
we did
ago.
decide.
Yeah,
But
So
you've
that we don't
always-
run into that
usually we
problem.
have an abbreviation to assist us from having to rewrite the whole name all the time.
Yeah,
But this is their
And
name.
that's all you guys have ever called them is VHB.
yeah.
Okay.
That's how you write a dissertation, by the way, in case you're
Yes.
interested.
If we have to do one, we're going to turn to you. Okay, any other items? I have just one real quick one on item number 9. Mary Ann said she would like to have speed bumps. I think we want to be on Pikes Falls as opposed to of Pikes Falls Road. Mary Ann said she would like to have speed bumps of Pikes Falls Road as well. I think that's the only thing I have to add.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes with said changes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And any further discussion? Hearing none, they are passed as changed.
Well, we should vote too.
Oh, yeah, okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, they are currently passed. This gives you guys who are gonna follow in my footsteps a lot of practice in making sure you get it right.
See how it should be done.
I'm a visual aid, is learning. Approve the timesheets for the town office, Lister's Highway and Transfer Station. These, of course, will be passed around at the end of the night, as per our usual. And same with the select board orders. We have the new tax rate that has finally come down.
Aren't we lucky?
We are just thrilled, and we need to sign that. Essentially, in a nutshell, the total resident rate went up less than a penny, but the non-resident tax rate went down a penny. Not sure how that works out, but it does. And so we'll pass this around just for the select board signature. We have practically no control over it. All it happens to be is a fixed amount divided by the number on the grand list. So we'll get that signed as we pass around tonight as well. The Rawson Schoolhouse request in Rawsonville 10. When we talked about this last time, we weren't sure what property belonged to whom. So what I've done is I went out walking, but I also could not find anything that shows that that patch of ground that is a monument is anything except our property. You know, the whole piece right there is the town of Jamaica. I know that in the past, they have repaired the fence and they've cut the grass and they've done lots of other things to bring that particular monument up to something substandard, but it is clearly the property of the town. So the question then we're faced is, do we want to accept the responsibility of adding that to the contract for mowing the Rawson schoolhouse?
Yes.
I thought
Do
we
we know how much
should already have
increase the contract?
I don't know that it will increase the contract. It's not clear to me. When I was chasing this down, I couldn't get a hold of the people I needed to.
I would think it would, because it's just more time, most of their stuff is time and materials.
It is, but I think they were, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the same people mowing the entire section were also mowing the section where the monument is.
Okay.
The difference was the section of the monument was being billed to these guys, and the rest of the town was being billed to us. So it's not clear to me yet. I've got to sit down with either Drew or Karen or somebody to get the exact numbers.
Drew.
But it sounds, Drew,
Christie.
what did I say?
Christie or Drew, no.
Oh, Christie, I think of her, yeah. I'm not sure exactly if that's gonna make any difference at all, except they stopped billing that portion to
Okay.
the town as opposed to Rawson family. So that needs to be figured out.
I think we should most definitely we should do it.
Right. I think so.
I think so too.
It
Yeah,
almost sounds minimal.
it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's not, I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't find anything in the books to say that anything else would make sense. So it makes sense, it's our property, I think we should.
Should we make a motion?
Yeah, because it's not budgeted as such. So we're actually gonna make a motion that in the next budget, we will budget money for it. We can't really make well, I guess we could, but we can't make a motion with dollars because we don't know what they are yet.
Okay, well,
We can kick it out to the next select board meeting, which will be in August, and we should have dollars and cents by that time.
And that's still prior to their meeting, so it should be mowed and look good before their.
Well, I didn't talk about mowing, I'm just talking about paying for the mowing. When exactly it gets mowed is unclear, I don't know, I haven't talked about that. Do we know when the meeting is?
The 17th, I believe.
Well, our 12th is our next meeting, so
Yeah.
maybe we can make sure that whatever schedule they were already on to mow it shouldn't be changed by who's paying for it.
One of those teenths, so it's probably the following weekend.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
What I'm saying though is the schedule to mow it ought not to be changed by who pays for it.
Right.
That'd be my guess. So let's see if we get some specific numbers, we'll have it for us for the next select board meeting, which incidentally will be the 12th of August. We have 5 Mondays in July, so we have an extra Monday between meetings.
I do want to add some comment to some of the discussion, I know regarding the schoolhouse and some of the maintenance costs. I know it may have even been in the newsletter, it wasn't necessarily in the minutes, but I know last week's discussion, we have spent a fair amount of money over the past few years on just maintaining the building. The cupola roof was replaced, and I'm going approximately off the top of my head, I wasn't able to confirm with Terry, but $800 to do that. Other roof work for repairing shingles and some of the rotted work on the back, which used to be the outhouse, about $1,200, that was to ASA. And then Michael Longo did remove some trees. The one in reference that they were talking about last week is still there. There's still a big maple that kind of hangs over, but there was a pine and a poplar taken down. That was approximately $1,200. So we are spending money maintaining our building, basically.
Yeah.
So I think there was some note that it was in neglect, and it was for years, I think, but right now it's in pretty good shape. There's no sign of leaks inside right now after the work Asa did. Pat and I walked around in there, so.
Well, I think we're all in agreement about picking up the cost for mowing it. We still need to talk about whether we want to put in a handicap ramp and all those other kinds of niceties that we haven't come around to yet.
And there is a little bit of money in the budget
Yeah.
for the maintenance of that building, so.
You should be able to.
If that would cover the mowing, it probably would, if we didn't want to do any of these other things.
Yeah, I think we just need to get the hard numbers so we know what we're talking about. Ready to go. Okay, number
Can I
7.
ask a question on that? Did we lease part of the school up there to the store there for a septic system?
I'm not aware of a lease. I think there's a sharing, but I don't know if there's a
Oh,
lease.
is it a share?
I don't know. I'm going back from what I've heard. I don't know the specifics.
I don't know the details either, but it is a shared
It is.
is a shared septic system.
That's my understanding.
And part of it is on the property of the schoolhouse. And I believe, again, don't quote me, but that they needed space for the system and it was an exchange for what it was R&D at the time to put part of the system, the leach field, basically up on the schoolhouse property in exchange for having the school being able to access that septic system. But there's obviously cost to tie it in and put it plumbing in and whatever else. So I don't know if it was literally a lease or if it was, I mean, there's some memorandum, there's some mutual something.
Something. So how long ago was it, do you remember?
Before my time. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 20 years ago.
So it's the old
It's been a
R&D.
while.
When they changed the filling station to a diner or something.
That was well before that.
Was it long before
They
that?
upgraded all that and bought stone.
Right.
Okay.
The town hall, you know, is in the same situation of sharing a septic, we share the leach field with the house next
Right
door.
next door, I remember that. But as far as the specifics of that, I don't know, like you said, it's some time
No,
back.
I just had the question because I knew there was something, but I couldn't remember what it was. Getting a hold, can't remember.
Well, I'm sure there must be somewhere.
Documented, I don't recall it off the top of my head.
Okay, next number is number 7, update on the suggestion to make the intersection of Water Street and Depot Street a three-way stop and repainting the crosswalks. What I've researched since our last chat is that in order to do this, we have to rewrite the ordinance or at least in some way modify the ordinance. So we have to go through the ordinance proposal. All the stop signs in Jamaica are listed in the ordinance where they're located. And so we would have to go through the process of changing or addition or adding to the ordinance. At that time, we might as well look it over, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, because not all the stop signs are listed, but the ones on the major roads. So that's going to be a process that needs to be done. Talk to Keith, he doesn't have any problem with it. It's not to make much difference plowing. Good. So
I had some stuff too. Last week we were talking about Depot Street and Water Street, and what I've been doing some testing and such as I've been driving around, and what I find is cars coming off the hill, when you're coming off Jamaica Mountain and you do a quick turn down Water Street, they're going pretty fast. And then you go down that hill and you go, and the cars go pretty good through there, and even by the time they get to my house, they're going pretty good. And I've gone myself, when I just turn off, I do a quick turn off. So, when we talk about Depot Street and putting speed bumps, does that mean we look at Water Street as well? Because there's a bunch of kids live down there as well, and it's a little curvy, and there's trees, and it's the same kind of thing. So, that's something else we need to look at.
Well, in the conversation, someone asked about putting a speed bump on Pikes Falls Road. I've been told since then that it's not legal because that's a class 2 road that connects towns, so we can't put speed bumps on Pikes Falls. But the ones you're talking about are still possible. It's up to us.
I'm just, if we are doing this for safety reasons, then I think, and again, I think people are just not gonna drive down Depot Street, they're gonna go down Water Street and to get around it all.
This agenda item is a suggestion about the stop signs. I know it opens the door to the crosswalks, and I mean, that's in there, but, I thought we kind of were working through the other part.
I think we
And when I talked to Keith, he didn't not have a problem with it, but he said you can't just go stabbing signs in there.
Correct.
There is a process, and he
Big process.
didn't sound like he was a big fan of it, but maybe that was just my.
I think in
interpretation.
theory, it's just practicality, but you're right. There's a process to go through, not the least of which is our process of rewriting ordinances.
Right.
And I live right there, all right, so I'm gonna hear
You don't want it.
everybody's stopping. I'm talking as a citizen. Everybody's gonna stop, and if I was coming down through there and you guys were trying to stop me, because I know what's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna say why, but, the park will slow down and close in October. But then there's some other traffic, so they're gonna come to a stop, and they're gonna make time to get going again, because they had to stop, I guarantee it. And then, we already got people stopping on Water Street. You have to come to a complete stop, or you'll get creamed because you can't see small cars
Right.
coming across the bridge. So we'll be stopping both ways, you know, this way is all right, but I think we better think about if we really want to do that, you know, make another two-way stop.
I agree.
Because I think, like, I don't mean to repeat myself, they're gonna compensate by stomping on it to get down the hill, because they've lost time to get, you know where.
Is there a 25-mile speed zone
Yeah.
for Water Street? And the signs are up for
I
that.
believe
Could
so.
Bobby and I offer another suggestion? Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, the solar traffic light, speed sign on the bridge.
Well, something that I've seen, thank you for that. What I saw, and I was talking to Paul about it before the meeting, is I drive to way over in New Hampshire to Rin, and the town of Richmond has a 30-mile-an-hour speed zone, and all they have is a little tiny square sign below their 30-mile-an-hour sign. If you come into the town going 40, that gives it a flash, and it slows me down. I mean, if I'm just spacing out, usually I try to slow down in towns, but if I'm spacing out, I see it and I'll slow down. So I think that, and it's not like the big sign was, we have a big thing in there. It's a little thing that hangs on the post of the sign.
Chester has a good one.
Chester has one just like it, yes.
You got four.
Yeah.
Brattleboro has one, sometimes on Hutton Road before you get to the river. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, so you must be able to move.
Yeah, I think the one there, it was on one side of town and they moved it to the other side of town, so I think it's somewhat portable. But it's, I mean, it's not intrusive at all, and you don't see it unless you're going too fast, and then the light flashes in your
In
face.
some states, the boxes and the little signs and stop signs and traffic lights will record you and send you a ticket. So I think that people don't know whether that does that or not in Vermont. And it's not only just a deterrent to like your speed, but you know, you might get mailed a ticket.
Well, I mean,
It's not the case in Vermont.
several years ago, that was challenged in court. I got a ticket in Texas, because I went through one of those things. They sent me my money back.
Right.
Because
Well, if you didn't say anything, they would have let you pay.
Of course. No, I said it because they sent me a ticket. But there was some challenge in court. And so before we jump on that bandwagon, we gotta find out if it's legal. Because I know.
No, I'm not asking to do that.
Yeah.
But I would be, I think that's a great idea, that light.
Yeah, what I will do is research what something like that would cost, and again, it wouldn't even necessarily need to be solar, we have streetlights there, we could potentially tap into the streetlights, I would think, and if we wanted to make it electric, I don't know, if it could be solar. Huh?
They're LEDs now, they don't use a lot.
Yeah, right, exactly, so I don't know, but I will research that.
Yeah,
for-
New Hampshire
and
has
bring something
quite
back on the 12th.
All right,
New
thank you.
Hampshire has quite a few of those.
Yeah, I mean, it does slow me down if I'm.
And that may make it, if we could get that to work, then we don't need to mess with the signs and changing ordinances, which is gonna be a procedure.
I'm not against looking at the ordinance too, I did that with the sign, I'd be interested in looking at it, and if we need to rewrite about.
I was looking over it, it seems okay, except there's a few things that are dated, that needs to be updated if we're gonna go that far.
Maybe I'll get a copy of it after the meeting.
We
and-
can do
The
that.
only problem with the ordinance, it's time consuming in terms of bringing it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
It is a procedure.
And what, I talked to Keith, well, interesting talk, I wasn't asking for the board, but there's this guy we know that could do the crosswalks, who was very reasonable, and I think that as a citizen, as a select board member, I think we should do that.
Yeah, I
And
think
I
so.
I agree that we-
If you guys wanted to look, I mean,
Yeah. And several other places where
They're
they,
set up.
where they were or should be.
I keep saying those ramps with the dots on them, so like someone can feel
Right.
like walking
Yeah.
down. They do line up pretty good and aim you the right way.
Okay.
The one to the bridge is a little bit, you know, not dead straight, but you could make it work. And then the one that just goes across the street to the Brusso residence would hit that
Yeah.
ring.
So as a board, we're all in agreement with that, so we can give the
I think
road
that's-
commissioner instructions.
Yes, whether he
To get a
hires
quote for it.
us. Yeah, I think that he said they don't do it, but they use a guy.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
And then,
Let's get the right
we got other ones we want to address while we have him, or,
I would say, so there's probably one right here at the corner.
Well, they painted one across 30
is
last
that
week.
us, do we do that, or?
No, it's
No.
the state.
Right, okay, well, that's,
So they handle the ones on 30, we're just covering the ones that are on our.
Yeah, no, I was thinking on Pikes Falls Road, there was one that was painted there right in front of the Jamaica House, I believe.
Oh, right across, oh, I didn't know. I don't think it's been painted, because I was walking on it today.
Across 30 or?
No.
Across
Oh,
Pikes
I
Falls.
don't remember that one.
That's
But I
okay.
think to go back to Keith to say, let's get an estimate on doing, you know, the ones wherever they need to be.
Yeah.
Add those two and
Won't be
polish
much.
off the new ones.
I agree with that.
Okay, that would be a good thing to do before the old home days, too, because there'll be a lot more foot traffic.
Do you want me to do it?
Do you want to do that?
I can talk to Keith, yeah.
Super. Or talk to
Or-
Alexa,
Talk to,
as the road commission, she should be
Thank you
involved.
very much.
She's the one that
well, I'll do it both.
There you go. Okay, excellent.
Yeah, that's in there.
So number 8, we've got a funding request from Southeast Vermont Economic Development Strategies. They sent us a package of stuff, and while I'm generally in favor of scanning stuff and sending it to you, I didn't think you wanted me to do that. But I'm putting it in here. It's just the literature about their annual report and all the stuff that goes with it. They're asking this year, just a little blurb here. They're asking this year, and I'll read that paragraph, in support of SeVEDS, continued regional efforts, we again request municipal funding for the 2020-2021 fiscal year. We ask every town in the Wyndham region to contribute towards regional economic development efforts at the rate of $3 per person. Based on town population, we are asking the town of Jamaica to place SeVEDS in the 2020 general fund budget to appropriate $3,105 based on a population of 1,035 to support the continued implementation. So that just arrived. We don't do the budget here for a few months, but I wanted you to know it's here and all the literature that supports it in their 2018 budget, whatever they call it, is in here. So I'm going to put it in the red box rather than having her copy all that stuff out. Good.
Thanks, Ryan.
We'll be here.
Have fun.
Thanks a lot. Thank you for your ideas. Thank you.
But thank you for looking into this, because I think that would be a lot better than them stop signs, because you wouldn't like them.
No.
The minute the truck stops. Thanks.
Thank you. The next item I have, of course, is public concerns. We have some public. Do we have any? Oh, I'm sorry, we gotta jump in, I forgot to add that.
Yep.
Sorry.
I did talk with, the time he was acting sheriff, but now he's Sheriff Anderson. And I asked him a little bit about the fireworks from last meeting. Basically, it's an all bark, no bite law, he said. While the fireworks are legal in Vermont, prosecutions are rarely successful. As a matter of practice, we respond to fireworks complaints. We generally confiscate the fireworks and that's it. So they generally don't prosecute people on fireworks. But the right answer is to contact either the state police and or Wyndham County Sheriff, and they will come out and stop whatever presentation, but we have further authority over it. Vermont, he says Vermont's, I can't speak for Vermont State Police, but certainly residents can report this to them. I've also got them set up for Old Home Day, so that's gonna happen. They did remove the radar cart. I'm meeting with him at the sheriff's office on Friday, and I hope to get some information then from the cart that was there, but they removed it because Hazel didn't like that there, so I told them it was gone the next day, so they were pretty responsive around that. And also they were asking the board if we wanted to have, and you know, we talked about that race that's happening, that organization from Massachusetts that wants to do the race. They were asking if we wanted any police support for that as a town.
For the kayak race.
For the kayak race, yeah. And I bring it before the board, but by no means do we need to do anything. They were just asking if we would like that or not.
I know. What are our thoughts on that?
I don't think it's an event, it's not a town sanctioned event, so I would say no. I mean, if they wanted to contract with the sheriff's office, they could do that, but,
I don't see that it would be much impact on townwide
yeah.
operations
What
or
was the
whatever.
event?
It's that race, Massachusetts, I don't know.
It's the one that they sent out, they wanna run down the river.
The dam release day, they want to do a
Okay.
kayak race.
Race down the river, okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, the Rescue Inc. knows about it, right? I mean, I think that's.
I asked her to contact Rescue Inc.,
Yeah.
just to give them a heads up on it.
That's probably a better idea.
Yeah, they're gonna contact Rescue Inc. As far as the fire department's concerned, because the fire department also got a letter basically saying the same thing. And our position is, we're not going to station a rescue crew there. First of all, wherever we station it, nothing's gonna happen, it's gonna make the other end for sure. But, so we will respond in a normal fashion from the firehouse if something takes on. Rescue Inc. historically is busy, and they usually have something going on in that area anyway, so and they got the water rescue. I mean, we really don't have water rescue equipment, facilities, training. We got some, but these are the experts.
But there's a whitewater release going on anyway, right? It's just
Yeah.
a few people
Oh,
amongst them.
It's a subset of people.
Right,
who are-
subset.
Yeah. The concern we had, that I shared with her and I shared with you guys, is the private property aspect of it, where they get out. Getting in isn't a problem, but getting out is a problem, this is all private around there, so I sent them a map, and they're gonna look into that as well. But I agree with you, I don't know that we need to involve this, we don't, as a town, need to.
I will report that back to.
Unless they're just around anyway,
We
They're
have to talk
not,
about
I
lots
don't
of
know if they
races.
will be or not. You didn't- The other thing is that I published the VHB proposal for the water study on the website. So if people want to go out and take a look at that, you can download it and read through it, but it's all out there. So
Thank you.
that was done a couple of weeks ago, last week, so.
Excellent.
Do you have your hand up, Paul?
Pardon?
Do you have your hand up?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
I did.
Okay, and there's some time for public concern. Do you have anything else from your piece of it?
No, I'm good.
You're good for the sheriff, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to know.
Introduce yourself to the camera.
Joel Blooming. I just wanted to know if the town has the select board has made any inquiries or progress into the federal lands admission program or access program.
This is what you talked about here before.
I talked
From
about
last
it
time?
at the last meeting. And did you get the papers? Then?
I didn't get anything, no.
I left them for you.
Oh, I didn't get them.
I didn't see it.
So that's why.
There's nothing in the box.
But I did have a note, and I hadn't done anything either.
Yeah, I was waiting.
But I
very
gave
interested in
you
doing
the
something.
papers, right?
I put them in the box. And if the box wasn't there, they might still be sitting on the file cabinet.
I just looked before I came in.
I haven't seen it.
I left them with your name on.
Cause it said Tom Tolbert right on it.
Okay, I didn't.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So I'll take Keith then, that's fine.
Don't believe I
You
skipped
know,
that.
the opposite.
And we miss you.
Thank you.
Well, she misses you, I don't.
I'm here Friday afternoons, no one's here.
Okay.
Best
I
time
don't
to
miss you
be.
that much.
Well, I'll look for it, Joel, and I'll take a peek at it, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah, I didn't get it.
And what was it, Joel?
It's the application for the federal land access program, which would allow money to be given towards the bridge project because that is access to federal lands, even though it's a town bridge sponsored by V-Trans. So what I suggested was there may be a way of putting different funds together to get that big bridge replaced, and this might be one of them. And they favor smaller projects from smaller towns. Not a lot of people apply for it, so there could be money in.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a peek at it.
And perhaps to try to link up that kind of funding with the Army Corps and V-Trans.
And on that topic peripherally, Keith was telling me that they were trying to knock, those of you who have driven across in the heat, the boards buckle, so they were out there pounding. He says, you pretty much have to station somebody there every couple hours, heat on it. They are attending to the boards kind of work during the heat. They're working on it as best they can, short of, redoing it entirely. So, any other public concerns? Anything else on the agenda we would like to cover?
I make motion to adjourn.
At 28 minutes after 7, I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do I have any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 28 and a half minutes after.
It might be a record.
It could be, let's check.
Double it.